father was a demon hunter.
Cindy should know what's happening, Chris. What really happened to her father.
Darkeners won't care if you're one of them. A supernatural creature? If you get in their way, they'll kill you faster than a hunter.
With all this chaos brewing, I can't help but wonder how realistic it is for me to finish college as a demon hunter.
Quiet when I'm coming home and I'm on my own. I could lie, say I like it like that, like it like that. I could lie, say I like it like that, like it like that. Don't you know too much already?
Hello?
Francesca,
No name.
so tell me, how was dinner? No need to weep. Arrangements have been made on your behalf.
What arrangements?
Take the body to Sam's collision shop on Wesley and Carver.
The body?
Yes, the body, the one that's still in your trunk. Francesca, next time.
There won't be a next time.
Oh yes, there will be, my little sleepwalking Wendigo. You've proven to be quite the liability. I must say not much surprises me, Francesca, but how you manage to make more of a mess asleep than awake is unexpected, indeed.
I'll handle it. Just leave me alone and stop calling.
When I leave you alone, my dear, it's never pretty, such as the night before.
The night before?
Francesca, you've been sleepwalking and feeding for at least 3 weeks now, thus the early stages of your transformation. Unfortunately, you won't be able to control yourself for a period. And be it ever so entertaining, I'm bored with your barbaric neurological defect. So let us work together, at least until you become a cognizant feeder. Francesca, I've been cleaning up your messes. Now, I must reap a handsome sum for my labor.
What do you want?
I want the mayor of Phantom Springs dead.
The mayor? I can't just...
Oh, of course you can. You've already killed his son. Now, Francesca, brighten up. The tea on Mayor Watson is sure to give us all a violent appetite.
I think you're forgetting something. I can't control when I shift.
Never underestimate your inner Hyde.
I'm gonna say what I need. If it's the last thing I do.
Dear Diary, I'm going to visit my grandmother. I wish I could say I was visiting her because I missed her, but I'm really just using her Victorian home as a means of escape. I need a place I can think without thinking about thinking. It's quiet in Phantom Springs, a little too quiet. And while I've become obsessed with finding whoever is trying to summon the demon Sharka, I feel I'm running out of time. Whose soul could be so damaged with grief that they sacrifice the lives of innocent people to get their wish? Dear Diary, last night I met an enemy I didn't know I had. Not that I've actually known each of my enemies personally, but these jokers were enemies from another realm. The Darkeners. Shapeshifters, all branded with a division symbol, stood like demigods encircling my grandmother's house, baiting me, trying me, if you will, talking my dad down and talking smack, daring me to come out as they revved up their motorcycles. Yeah, the hunters of hunters were there to kill me, just like they killed my dad, John Ivory. Them boasting about causing my dad's untimely death is what infuriated me more than anything. I was outnumbered and almost afraid, but I've got Ivory blood running warm in my veins, and we don't bow down. We just don't. I knew a battle with the Darkeners was brewing, and death was imminent. I had a charge to keep, a legacy to uphold. It may sound dramatic, but I was born to end supernatural chaos. I didn't want my grandma crying right then, nor giving her version of helpful suggestions like calling the police, the National Guard, and my cousin Cassandra's boyfriend's brother's gang. I tried to calmly explain to her that all of them put together didn't amount to a hill of beans against the Darkeners. They eat bad boys like gummy bears, and law enforcement is simply no match for them. But my grandmother kept on crying and pleading with me while I quietly ignored her and kept my eye on the enemy. Like I said, I was outnumbered, and my dad would say I was ill-equipped. You see, spiritual warfare only works on demons and dark spirits, so anything I had that would have been remotely useful in combating werewolves was back in Phantom Springs. I wondered in that moment what my father would have done about the supernatural creatures, whom I imagine are the most wretchedly cursed creatures this world has ever encountered. I know from reading his journal that he seldom hunted werewolves or vampires, but if and when he didn't do it alone. Also, I should make mention that there are at least 30 pages of homemade recipes for dealing with the supernatural in my dad's journal, but our time for heading to the kitchen had thinned. I mean, I didn't have time to run a glass of water, let alone boil a pot. And this was certainly not the time for throwing stuff together.
They're going to the back of the house. They're going to the back of the house.
As the darkness made their way to the back of the house, I suddenly heard gunshots. But not the kind of gunshots you would recognize with your natural ear. My grandmother didn't hear it, so I suppose these gunshots can only be detected by those who are tuned into that sort of thing. But the sound wasn't coming from an actual weapon, but a force. A hunter. I ran to the back window. It was Rafferty. We locked eyes for a moment, and then he went after the darkners. The next morning, all I could think about was the look in Rafferty's eyes. It was as if he had been looking after me all along.
Made a home in the basement. Didn't think that I'd need the light, 'cause all these plans I've been making.
We're learning more tonight about a deadly car crash at speeds alleged to be over 100 miles per hour.
Well, we're following breaking news tonight after police confirm the identity of the victim of a deadly car crash into Strouder River. Police say,
yeah, there are surveillance cameras out here, but we don't know what, if anything, they might have caught.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but I'm never gonna call you back. I hear your tone through the phone, darling, you're on your own. I'm all alone, darling, I know the game, no one to play, darling. I am independent, you may cannot see it. It's all different from last year. For one thing, you're not here.